Hey there guys, and welcome back to Exchange Sidings. So we're now at Arsley today. This is part 2 of 2 because yes, the other day we were at Shaftesbury. This is to go for this is for the other part of this stuff that I was going to be working on. So we were at Arsley the other turn as well. As you can see, we rebuilt the port. That was when we had Wolfgang alongside us. That was actually some extremely good fun playing, sitting there and just vibing with Wolfgang. But yeah, now back to more general stuff, because I managed to clear out some of the such. But whilst I'm up at this end of the map, I'm actually going to show off what's been done. So, firstly, Floody has put in a Metropolitan link by the looks of things. Under electrification. Now, I did have some reservations and comments about his choice of the electric multiple units that he's done. Although I've sat there and been thinking about it since, and I also, well, at the time this is presenting, so these EMUs date back to 1910, although they're based on coaching stock of the 1890s. Stuff of that time was often, even the quote-unquote electric multiple units were nothing more than converted coaches with motors that picked up power and just worked. So they were essentially nothing more than really over-glorified locomotives. So him having, like he's done here, he actually looks like he's got a 5-coach set there. But then this section looks like it's actually, as it well probably would have been, when he just tagged on a couple of extra coaches and another driving car, just to provide more capacity. So yeah, I actually applaud him on that one. Also, he told me unfairly that yeah, you don't just play this game for. I mean, I play this game especially with the money that we've got, like a train set. But I do like to try and put in realistic elements where I can, such as this goods train. How it looks somewhat realistic and how it's mixed. Another one being that I upgraded whilst between the 2 episodes. I need to find it real quick. It's this one. The petrochemical supply. So this train has a pair of passenger coaches in it. Now, the reason why I put passenger coaches in it was twofold. Firstly, the passenger coaches, so don't carry any goods of any kind at all. Which means I'm not cross-contaminating train line. I'm not cross-contaminating lines. Secondly, retired and elderly passenger coaches were, when they were taken out of service, were pressed in into freight duties as barrier vehicles for, in this case here, petrochemicals or hazardous materials. There's an entire video about how to handle how, in the case of British Railways, historically, of any era, British Railways, was handled, and I'll put that in the description of this video. But going on to Arsley, which is going to be the topic for today's video, I'm going to redesign it. Because there's a lot of traffic coming in here, but not really a lot of, like, it's a lot of traffic and it doesn't seem very big. I don't mean big as in the case of, as in capable of. I'm pretty sure a couple of the trains overhang the platforms, and I'm pretty sure that some of them, yeah, they overhang the platform, which is okay because they've got a relatively large running area until here, where they'll start fouling. But it just doesn't. Trains overhanging don't look right to me. So, with that ado, oh dear, I've just blown up a station. There is a design that I was already looking at. And I walked Floody through said design the other day. We just need to cut the line back. And I actually take it up to as far as here. Because I'm changing where the passenger station is actually located. Buildings, King's Cross. I'm going to go with 240 meter. No, start with a 120. No, start with 160 meter. Because you're going to use this as your measuring stick. Actually, yeah. Fuck it, 240. No, 160. You're going to have this as 2 tracks. I'm going to place that there. This is essentially going to be my measuring stick in the matter. I know. And as I place that, bleed and autosave. Yay! Gotta love autosave, don't you? I bloody well don't. Waiting on the autosave, there we go, and it's already bound, which is perfect. Right, so I'm not going to bother with what I did at Shaftesbury. Shaftesbury was more for show. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to get a rather grand looking building up. But the issue is that buildings like the current, how the game's written, you want to build a modular station like this, you have to build it in sort of this design with the passenger buildings separated. It's a frustration for me that I have to do that. I get it if it's a game-based limitation. It's just annoying. There we go. So that's bringing that round. Yeah, that the deviation there can be done at 60. Bring it round like so. Bring it straight to Arsley like we have. The Arsley flyer. Now, Arsley Central, you go into 4. That immediately separates those two. There we go. And let's just put right everything with the with it. Just throw some basic signaling in, like so, and done. But, well, that's the station done at least. Now I've got to connect it to the road network. There we go. Now, I'm going to give this town something it never got. Public transport. Because I reckon more people might travel to Arsley if it actually had a public transport network. Yeah, now I'm going to put one bus stop there, one bus stop there. There we go. Um, Era, yeah, 1920 terminal. Road connection old. Yeah. So it has a bus line going Dudenap, straight through the centre of town. And two going around and one in each direction going around the edge. That depot's close enough to me. I need an example train, and now I'm going too far away. I mean, you're a good one. You're not really supposed to be going this way, but whatever. Yeah, because you're supposed to be going through there. But yeah, that will be all for today's episode. And like I said, this will be going live on Saturday. Likes, comments, shares, all of that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and shows that content like this is what you want to see more of in the future. When this goes live, I'll be possibly streaming later the same day, as I will be playing Assetto Corsa Competizione on Twitch whilst actually streaming my first professional sim race. Yeah, so a bunch of other VTubers and stuff. I actually qualified, like I mentioned in the previous episode, for a VTubers League. So, yippee! Yeah, the competition is extremely fierce in it though, so I don't hold out much hope for myself, but as long as I don't come last, it's all that matters for me. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with some trains and chuffing sounds and such as you see everything. And I'll see all of you guys in the next video. See you all.